K6USY back on horizontal.
Your signal is absolutely identical up here, Aaron, whether it's vertical or horizontal. I find that interesting.
You're stronger in Visalia vertical.
Yeah, some of that does not surprise me.
K6KMN, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, Bozo 432, over.
Alrighty, I'll be back. K6USY.
I'm here, by the way.
Roger, Mike. Yes, I was calling for Doug down there, K6KMN in High Desert. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, number Bozo 432, over.
Bozo number 35 up here in Lancaster, over.
Roger, Doug. We got you in our net tonight also. My name is Rob, and I help Mike do our local Central Valley net here. Good to hear you.
Yeah, okay, thanks. I was hearing Pat. He was down the other direction down there in the Inland Empire. Anyway,
yeah, they're both here.
I guess it's time for the net to start, so I'm going to clear here and let everybody go ahead and check in. So nice to work you, and we got you in the log. KM6SRR, K6KMN, clear, and I'm going to swing the antenna around towards the the Los Angeles and the Inland Empire.
KMN, AA6S, Bozo number 800 in Visalia, if you copy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're moving in, AA6S. What's your name? Did you get my information, and what is yours?
Yeah, Bozo number 800. Name is Bill. We're in Visalia. You must have moved your antenna a little bit. A little while ago, you're well over 9. Now you're about an S7. So something's changed. Anyway, you're super loud in Visalia. Number 800, AA6S, over.
Bozo 47 also.
We got, I heard Bozo's 27 in there, and, excuse me, kind of caught me off guard here. Anyway, yeah, Bozo number 35 in Lancaster, name is Doug, and yeah, you're coming in, you're S9. You're really coming in, so we got some good tropo tonight, over.
That's Bozo 47 there, Doug.
Who's number 47?
K6MYC, Doug. K6KMN, K6MYC, Mike here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you, Mike. Who is 47? I didn't get the call, over.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Running 1,500 watts at you there, Doug. Come on. It's kilowatt 6, Mike, Yankee, Charlie. K6MYC, Bozo 47, over.
Oh, okay. Well, you sounded, when you first said number 47, it didn't sound like you. It sounded like somebody else. So I recognize your voice. And, yeah, we got the nets are going. I better clear out of here because it's time for the guys to be checking in down in the Inland Empire and other places. So I want to go ahead and stand by while we're checking into the net down in that direction. I'm kind of in the middle. I hear you guys here. That's pretty good up there towards Fresno and Visalia and up there. And also in the Inland Empire and all down there on the other side. So I better stand by here while we check into the net. Nice to hear you, Mike. K6MYC of the new down there, K6KMN. Gonna turn the antenna around 180 degrees.
Roger, Doug, 7-3. Happy New Year to you for 2025. K6KMN, High Desert, K6MYC, Bozo 47, and Delta Mike 07. 7-3.
Now, who was the other station in there? Yeah, I was right tangled in there with you, Mike. There was somebody else in there. Okay, I'm turning the antenna to south. K6KMN, QSY.
7-3.
Charlie Echo Fox 982.
Yeah, hi, Daryl.
I didn't want to step on anybody. He was right above me where I could hear him. But I could hear that somebody was talking, but that was all.
Yeah, well, he was going up and down. You might have caught a peek on him, but he was just coming up for me, so he probably would have been up and very readable for you. I don't know what he runs down there for power. It may be that he was running equivalent power to yours, and he would have heard you. Anyway, it won't be long if you get the other antenna up there. You'll be checking in regularly with those guys, and they'll be loving it. We've got several people with the capability to get down there. I think I heard Dane in here earlier. Wasn't Aaron talking to Dane earlier?
Yes, I was.
Okay, hi, Dane.
Good evening, all. WD6JMP 107.
Try and get up here in Carsco, Dane.
There you go.
It's DMO7 the hard way.
Yeah, the DMO7 the hard way, yeah.
KC5 DTU 712.
There's a 712 number. Hi, bud.
Good evening, Michael and Judy, if she's there. KTYO 1009.
J6TYO 1009. Got you, Ron. Hang on just a second. Let me get Kerry in here. Kerry, Judy is in the house. It's Wednesday night, and the guys got home. Matt got home a little late, so they were just starting to cook dinner at 7:15. So, needless to say, I'm out here. I told Judy to stay in with the boys. She likes the camaraderie and the cooking experience. Watching two masters go at it there. Anyway, it's nice and warm out here in the shack. It's not bad at all today. Temperatures got up into the 60s, I think. So it's quite pleasant in the shack. Anyway, good to hear you. And let's see. We watched X22 blog about the gold stuff today. That was quite interesting. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, we've said it was coming, and he's moving about it meticulously, and so it should be here soon.
I get the whole idea is to not when it comes in, it wants to be as non-disturbing to the whole picture as it can be. You know, considering you're going to have two parallel economies running for a short time, or parallel money systems, if you will. I'm just stunned at all the discussion of gold and where it is. You know, we take better records here, keeping track of who checks in and when, than they do on the 420 tons of gold that are in Fort Knox. We got better records here than they do, guys. So we treat the members here like gold.
Roger on that. Well, I was stationed at Fort Knox, and they never let me see it, so I cannot attest to it being there. But I'm sure we're going to find out pretty soon here, especially with all of the gold that's leaving London and headed back to New York.
Yeah, as long as they could get into the tunnels in Kentucky with all the rain. They've had 5-6 inches of rain, not 5-6 inches, 5 or 6 feet of rain again in Kentucky. You almost wonder if somebody isn't controlling the weather to keep that audit from taking place right away. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, for sure. If they didn't let me see it, and they don't want to let anybody else see it, it makes you wonder. And also, I'll give a quick shout out there to Rob. I heard you in there. Good evening, Rob.
What they got is a bunch of wooden logs, oak logs that are sprayed gold. Go ahead, Rob. Rob may be downstairs feeding candy.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody said that it was lead bricks painted gold, so whatever it is, I just hope they let them take a sample and make sure it is gold. And once they're done with those samples, they can just send them to me.
Yeah, there you go. Have them take a pound off of each bar for you, huh?
Roger that. It's going to be interesting, Michael. I tell you, there's a bunch of people that certainly don't want these things to happen.
Oh, boy. You better believe that. All right. Well, it's interesting listening to all that, but I think the ace up the sleeve is the gold that came from the Vatican. That's hasn't been mentioned too much. It was mentioned by the readers in their comments, but he only alluded to the fact that I think the word Vatican came up one time in his verbiage, but I'm not even sure of that. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, remember I told you that they brought it back, but I don't think they put it in Fort Knox, and that's going to be a big surprise to people when they go there and open the door and find out that all that should be there is not there.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But no, it's somewhere in Idaho, Montana, or somewhere up in Wyoming or someplace. We think it's in the ground, and at least in a couple of places. There may be some in Nevada as well. There's a lot of underground caverns that we've got left over from the atomic testing. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, it's going to be interesting, but I can't wait. And you know, all of those people that I've kind of preached to and said buy gold, buy silver, and they looked at me like the deer in the headlights. They're going to find out why soon. So, and it's crazy, Michael.
Yep. Okay, well, maybe somebody's overhearing this and taking your words to heed. But I thought I couldn't pass up the chance to say we keep better records than they do for Fort Knox. Over.
Yeah, roger that. And I tell you, when you think about it, the whole bureaucratic system, you know, when I think of the things that I got gigged on when I was chief there, and you know, the things that they were looking at and made a mountain out of a molehill, and yet all of these billions and millions that are missing, and that's nothing compared to my little measly maybe spending $100 in the wrong place.
You checked him in earlier. He's what, 749? What is it?
Just listing below you there, Kerry. I'm not ignoring you, but the pet's coming in real loud. PMD, I think. Anyway, yeah. Well, they want to keep your eye off the ball, you know. That's for sure. Well, it's going to be interesting. But, you know, they only taken 7 audits since 1973. 7 audits, I think, is what they said they had taken, and they only could find records for 4 of them. And they're not exposing any of them. There's been one guy that's been trying to find those audits for years. He spent half of his life as a businessman and all his extra money searching, getting them to try and release the records on the amount of gold in Fort Knox, and he's gotten nowhere. Anyway, enough of that crap. 7 trees. Thanks for popping in, Gary. You can stick around if you care to. Let me get it down to Ron there. KJ6TYO, what do you think, Ron? Chicken wings or what? Or gold bars? Which are you hauling tonight, or?
I wish I was hauling gold bars, but unfortunately I'm just the chicken wing hauler of the Central Valley.
Yes, you are. Sometimes, if the chicken flu keeps up, those chicken wings will be worth about what a gold bar is, won't they?
Yeah, no kidding. They might turn into like the eggs eggs are such a highly wedded commodity, maybe those chicken wings will be too.
That's it, yep. Go ahead. There's a break. Had a comment, go ahead.
I was hollering at you, and Mike made the comment that you were doing Mr. Mom's duties there.
Roger, I was downstairs. Now I'm back. Sorry, go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, hope all is good, and hope she's healing well there, Rob.
Yes, she's doing fine, thank you.
Did you miss my comment about the fact that we at the Bozo Group keep better records of the check-ins than they do of the gold bars in the Fort Knox, over?
Yeah, Roger. That's very true.
That's right.
Did you? Well, I heard the comment about the chicken wings. Boy, I tell you, Laura and I were at Costco today, and boy, certain parts of the chicken you cannot find, so it's already beginning to compete with gold.
Okay, yeah, well, if they would quit killing 1 million chickens when one of them comes down with the flu, it'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Well, we're going to have to find out the route that Ryan is taking with that truck, and maybe we might have to hijack that truck to get some chicken there, Michael.
There you go. Are you prepared for us to hijack you there, Ron?
Oh, yeah, we're ready. We'll just pull it on over, and we'll just turn a blind eye. We won't see nothing.
Take out the bread, the wine, the cheese, and the chicken wings, huh?
There you go. All right. And, yeah, you guys do keep good track of what's going on here and all the check-ins. A lot better than the guys checking out where all the gold's at.
We just said nobody quite knows where it is right now. No, a lot of it's been coming out of the golden. I mean, the London tunnels. There's a huge 1 square mile in tunneling in London where there's a bunch of it underground, and they've been shipping it over here. We have a shortage for a number of reasons, and they're not sure why we have a shortage. Even the gold guys don't know why we have a shortage, but we do. Anyway, it's gonna be fun to watch this. All right. Let's see, who else do we have in here in the San Joaquin Valley before we spin it over toward Atascadero? I've got the hiccups here, guys, and I didn't even have dinner yet. K6MYC.
226 is here.
226. Good evening, Ken. And there was somebody underneath. Who was the other one?
KK6ZKE 704.
Okay, something's not right there, Terry. You're way down from normal. We hear you, KK6ZKE 704. We got you, but you're way down, Terry. Go ahead.
Yeah, my amp's got a problem, and I haven't got to it yet, so I'm Derfman.
It's what? I forgot your number, Terry, with all that Walter. What's the number? 704?
704, yeah.
Okay, we got you. What was that? Is it a rotor problem or an antenna problem? Rotor or antenna?
No, my amplifier's got a problem. It keeps cutting out when I transmit, so I'm barefoot.
Oh, okay. Well, you must have something that's a little bit awry in the antenna with all the rain we had. Some water got connector in it. Got water in a connector there somewhere. Anyway, good evening to you, and I'll shoot it over to Ken. WA6OIB and the group K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening all. WA6OIB here. Hi to Terry over there. Yeah, you're even weak over here. You're not that far away. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm here getting ready for the 10-meter net, and then I'll be back after that. So I hope everybody had a great day. WA6OIB.
I was listening to who is behind you there, but I think it's just the LA guys leaking through. Almost everybody is detectable down there from that place this evening. So we got great 2-meter propagation, at least north-south. Anyway, okay, on the net coming up, Ken. And what did we do today? I overslept. I didn't wake up till 10. We listened to a financial blog till 11. I think we had lunch around noon, or breakfast, whichever it may be, and then by 1 o'clock we were getting ready to go get the mail. By 2 o'clock, I was back in the chair holding the kitty, and she made me go to sleep with her. By 2 o'clock, I was up, and we were starting our day. We had a hell of a day. I don't know what we did after. Oh, we went down to see the pond and the water in the pond, and I collected a little firewood, and that was about it. Pine cones and firewood. A hell of a busy day, but it was nice. It was kind of mellow, half overcast, but not bad temperatures. Okay, WA60IB, anybody else? And you're probably too late to check into the LA guys. They already turned south.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm heading south too, so I guess I got out here too late. We just finished dinner. WA60IB 226.
Let me say hello to Bill, and welcome back from the land of the unhealthy. AA6S, are you still there, Bill? Over. Where's Bill gone now? How about WA6AAJ?
WA6AAJ 727.
Well, what happened to your buddy? Is he already resting from the heavy trip to LA and back?
Yeah, he asked me to check him in.
He was in here. He worked the LA guys.
I know, and then he left.
Well, that's no good.
I can't control him from Fresno.
And that's what happens with old guys. Maybe he had to... I won't go any further. Anyway, I got him logged in. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back for 4:32 tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, good. Let's see, anybody else in the San Joaquin? We're still pointing down toward KB6RQU. And one of these days, we might be surprised with N6SWR popping in. Or some new person from Delta Michael 5. Unfortunately, when they use the net, they don't make somebody else check in on their behalf. Now we have hardly anybody checking in on DMO5, and it's really a dirge when the contests come. Need to find a couple of new hams down there in Bakersfield and tell them to get their act over here onto 2 meters on the VHF band. Somebody else down there in Bakersfield must have a 2 meter sideband radio.
I've been talking to the Western Kern County Aries group, and one of their guys is going to get one from his dad, I think, and so maybe I'll be able to get him to come into our net. Over.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Get him in here, and I'm sure we'll be able to hear him unless he's behind a mountain or something. If he could just put up a quad loop, we should be able to hear him. All righty.
A lot stronger.
I think it's a regular M-squared antenna. Anyway, he's said pretty soon he'll be on. So KM6SR back to net.
Well, that's a good feedback, Rob. Thanks much for that. All right, let's see. Anybody else? We'll go to Batascadero if I hear nothing. Hearing nothing. How about W6 Papa Mike Delta? Are you copying us, Pat? He doesn't want to hear us. Interfering with his net, and he's interfering with ours. All right, here we go. Atascadero.
Well, I'm taking you off the back of the antenna right now, so you're about S6, S7, so it's sounding much stronger than usual. It's funny, if I aimed the antenna your way, it probably wouldn't be any better. It might be worse. So thanks for the relay there, Greg. We got you 15, 31, 8, and 19.
Now, Pat's talking to somebody else down there. All right, Pat, if you hear me, it's Bozo 47. You probably got it already. 47, 47, 47, Pat, 73. All right, Tascadero, here we go.
Yeah, Mike, sorry about that. A little local traffic here. W6PMD, Bozo 58, looking your way.
At 58, thanks, Pat. And maybe you could catch Ken before he goes away to 10 meter net here. OIB, go ahead. BA6 OIB, Ken.
Oh, I'm already pointed over to Atascadero. That's where you said you were going. So I'm not down there yet. Down there anymore.
Okay, hang on a second, Pat. He's going to swing back your way. W6PMD, K6MYC, Bozo 47. Good to hear you, Pat.
Good to hear you, Mike. S9.
So I'm in the Atascadero. That's where I'm at right now.
Listen to Colorado River over there at Lake Havasu. Those guys were a little bit weak for me. But boy, you guys in Central Valley are just booming in here.
Yeah, you're good. Even off the back, you're Q5, so it's really good conditions tonight. We'll get out of your hair. Ken says he's already pointed over toward the Atascadero, so you can take his 226 if you want, or you could let it go for tonight. Hi. 7-3, Pat, W6PMD, Los Angeles area, K6MYC.
Good evening, Pat. W6PMD, KM6SR, number 432, over.
You and Rob, and we got Doug in there, so, and Bill, too. Boy, Bill, number 800. He actually blows the doors off down here every time. 73, Mike, and all you guys in Central Valley from W6PMD, Gavilan Hills.
One more for you. Stand by. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, hi, Pat. W6PMD, number 58. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, number 432, over.
Roger. Yeah, I heard you in there earlier when you were talking to Doug up there in the high desert, so good signal still there, Rob. Sounding good for you guys. Thanks for checking in down here.
Okay, Pat. I'll let you get back to it. Thank you, Mike.
7-3, Pat.
7-3, Mike. I'm going to go back to the vertical.
Okay, now we're going to Atascadero. Here we go. Over to Atascadero, K6MYC, Bozo Net, looking for Atascadero check-ins, over. W6QUI, KM6EIV, KB6WRW, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters, over. Oh boy, I thought we'd get him in here. He was in here, what was it, Sunday night, I think he checked in. And I guess he was in on 432 and 1296. I didn't hear him, of course, but he did check in on 1296. So at least he's active. He just isn't doing good on these Wednesday night things here. All right, anybody else in this direction that copies? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, I guess not. We'll go on up to Santa Cruz. Here we go. Well, here's somewhere upwards of Santa Cruz and Watsonville. We got Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, possibly, and KW6S. Who do I hear tonight?
K6MYC, KW6S, 610.
We got your 610. Thank you very much, Tom. Good to hear you. Strong signal. And Lee's been kind of intermittent, but he must be involving himself with other projects. He's probably still working on things in the shack and hasn't gotten back into the groove here yet. But you're sounding good. And it was another pretty nice day here, weather-wise. Temperature-wise, it was warm, but we didn't have an abundance of clear sun. We had hazy sun most of the day. But overall, it was in the low 70s, I think, temperature-wise, so pretty nice. Over.
Yeah, it was pretty nice here today, too. Got a little drizzle. Of course, I didn't know it was going to drizzle, so when I went off to get my granddaughter, pick her up at school, so about the time I got there, it started drizzling, and it quit by the time she got out of class, but I got to wait out in the drizzle a bit. Otherwise, it's been pretty nice here, and I've been slowly catching up on a few projects, but certainly not a lot of throughput on the project list here. K6MY. Oh, and Lee has been, I guess he took some antennas down because of some really high winds he experienced, and I'm not sure he has some of them back up. He had mentioned that on the other net the other night, but he was on the 10-meter net. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still active. Like I say, I just assumed he was in the middle of things. and not completing a project, and he'll get back in here. I'm sure he sounds like he's doing a little bit of ham radio stuff continually, so just a matter of time there. He's not as near a mature station as you have, Tom, so those kind of things do go on, particularly if you're intent on improving. When you don't care if you ever improve your station, it's a non-issue. Anyway, we had a little breeze today. I think we had 10, maybe 15-mile-an-hour gusts, but it wasn't bad, so we haven't had much wind here. Wished that we had brighter sun, but we had this little light haze. And occasionally the sun comes out and boils you for about 5 seconds, and then it drifts back to warm temperatures. The cats, if they have black fur, get very warm, but otherwise the sun's not doing too much to burn your skin or anything. All righty, let me see. Rob, are you hearing Tom tonight?
Yeah, I'm hearing him. I don't know if he's hearing me. Sometimes he has some noise issues. How you doing, Tom? KW6S. This is KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Oh, I'm hearing you in really good shape tonight, Rob. Yeah, my noise issues on 2 meters there seem to have dropped down pretty good. We seemed to have problems on 1296 the other night, but a week ago, I guess. But I don't think that was noise. That must have been something else. But last night was great, and 2 meters is really nice tonight. KM6SRR, KW6S.
Yeah, roger on that. You're hitting me about S5, so you're doing great. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, everybody's pounding in here for sure. Anybody else for Tom?
Hello, Tom. KW6S, WA60IB.
WA60IB, KW6S. Good evening, Ken. How are things going down there?
They're doing fine, yeah. I spent the day up in the hills, my routine for Wednesday with the TV transmitter, so had a good day on the hill, and now just cogitating a little bit here, so relaxing after a good dinner. KW6S, WA60IB.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, since I've retired, I don't have that kind of a schedule anymore. When I was helping a friend up here with his contest station with some antenna work, I had a pretty regular schedule of going up there and working every week, and that's kind of behind us, at least for a while now. Anyway, good to hear you're still kicking there, and look forward to getting together one of these days. WA60IB, KW6S. Back to you, Mike.
Okay. Any comment, Ken?
Yep. I'm just looking forward to it, too. If nothing else, we got the swap meet in May, so you'll be geared up for that, I'm sure.
Oh, I'll be there, and before then, I'll be in Visalia.
Oh, yeah. Okay, very good. Well, we'll see how that works. I'm hoping to be there, too. I haven't heard anything, Mike.
I think the last word I heard from Robert was it was so poor last week they were thinking about not even going.
Oh, really? No, that's the local. My goodness, that's not a big trip.
Well, I know, but they just didn't feel it was worth it. Went down there, we saw about 30 people, and I don't think they got any sales or anything, so it was a non-issue.
Yeah, well, time will tell, I guess. Okay, over to the 10-meter net. See you guys. I'll be back shortly. WA60IB.
Yeah, I think the other thing was they kind of gave us a snub. I don't know why. I guess they didn't invite Robert, but they called up and said, we want a prize. But they didn't even invite him. Did you know that we aren't even invited to go to Visalia this year? And the guy, of course, the prize guy didn't know anything about it, but I don't think Robert ever got a call back to be invited over. Go figure.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's kind of the Northern California group that seems to be a little more enthusiastic, so doing it this year. And I think maybe the Southern California group is bowed out for the future, but I'm I'm not sure. I get some of the gossip from the people involved.
Yeah, they didn't run a very good show last year, and again, no call back this year. They called up and asked for prizes, but they didn't invite us to go. I think, or something like that. Robert was very kind of like, wow, they really don't want us there, I guess. Anyway, I'll check into it and see what the status is and see whether we're going or not after we hear from the Northern California. 2 or 3 people have said what you said. The Northern Cal group are much more on top of the ball than the other ones. LA has kind of turned manure down there from any number of reasons. All right. Thanks, Tom. KW6S, AF6 United. How about it, Lee? Lee, okay. We'll move on up into the Bay Area, and we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully on 432, Tom. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Yeah, best that I can tell, I'll be on tomorrow night, and unless something comes up that I don't know about yet, and then we'll cruise into the weekend. K6MYC, KW6S. Good night.
Yeah, good night, Tom. And here we are into the lower end of the Bay Area. Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net 2-meter check-ins, please.
6KLY.
Okay, K6KLY, very nice and loud. 111, I heard somebody underneath you, but go ahead and take one, Russ, and then we'll pick up the other station. Go ahead, Russ.
Okay, I know there's 1 or 2 other guys in there. Yeah, if you guys were talking about going to Visalia and you want to go, I'll have someone call and talk to either you or Robert or Matt or whoever you want. You just let me know, because, you know, I'm a member of the club and I'm part of the prize committee. Other than that, do you know N6GP Tim? I think he's down your area somewhere. He put together this 6-meter dinner for Friday night there at Visalia, and I want to try and find out if he's thinking about doing it again. K6MYC, K6KLY.
And what was it called? November 6th, Germany, Tokyo?
November 6th, Golf Papa.
Yeah, boy. Not that I know of. Unless it's somebody that I know that's just changed his call, but never heard of that one before. I thought I knew most of the people that were active on 6 meters around here, and all around California for that matter, but boy, that one doesn't ring a bell at all. So maybe he's into more social stuff like making dinners than he is getting on the air and making signals. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, have your group call Robert if they haven't already done so, and find out what Robert's plans are, and maybe twist his arm a little bit to go talk to Mike again. I'd just as soon go down there. We may go down just as a wander around for one day, Saturday anyway, but I don't know. I hate to not be there at all. Maybe we could at least hang out in another booth that somebody is going that we know. It seems like we should be there at least. I don't mind going, and like I say, it's an easy trip down and back, so it doesn't really cost all that much. So twist Robert's arm and have him contact me and run it by Matt one more time. The only thing I could think of is that we got something coming internationally here. We're doing some work for some people and a lot of demonstrations and setups in my yard here in my property for testing big antennas on HF, and that may be what's falling in the way of Visalia. Shouldn't really affect us because they probably don't want to do it on the weekend anyway, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. Back to you, Russ, and then we'll take a standby for others. K6KLY, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, real good. Well, talk to Robert and let him know your willingness, and I'll talk to one of the head guys and have him call down and talk to Robert again. Thank you, Mike. K6KLY.
All righty, very good, Russ. Thanks. QRZ, Bozo Net. Who are the other callers?
Golf Yankee,
WB6WN91090.
WB6JNN.
Okay, I got two of you, but I heard three. WB6JNN, WB6WNI. Over to you, Gary. Good evening. WB6 Whiskey November Italy. Go ahead. K6MYC, and then if you want, you can turn it over to Jim. I'm sure you guys hear each other.
Oh, very good, Mike. Yes, I hear Jim perfectly well. That won't hold it too long. I'm still swallowing dinner, but Mike, and I guess maybe Jim can concur. I listened on 6 meters. I heard nothing. I had the live streaming, so I heard the live streaming. I had my ear against the radio and nothing. And Mike, I just want to tell you, I thought it was very funny when you told one of the fellows, are you sure you have the right coax plugged into your radio? I actually looked myself. That's how bad it was. And yes, I had the right coax. So there you go. 6 meters was not so good on Monday night. Anyway, nothing more, and I'll say 73 and pass it on to Jim. WB6JNN. Take it away.
So maybe you and Jim should run a test right now after the net here and see if you can hear Jim. You guys are almost within stone's throw distance, maybe 10 miles apart. You ought to hear each other. That would at least prove your system's hearing. I can't imagine you're not hearing the other folks, but nobody else checked in the Bay Area. I think the only check-in in the Bay Area was PQL. Over.
Oh, very good. Yes, you were right. But, you know, I could barely hear PQL. But Jim is much closer, so yes, we could do that sometime. But anyway, I'll let you move along with the net, and I will turn it over to Jim since you asked me to do so. WB6JNN to take it, WB679.
Yeah, okay, WB6JNN, and yeah, Mike, I don't hear you real well here a lot of the time, but I only have a small beam, and it's not very high. It's only about, 12 feet up. It's aimed out towards you. I hear you sometimes well enough, but the last time around, I did not hear you very well at all. I think I caught a whiff of you for a bit. I think it just was terrible conditions, maybe because everything was wet, who knows. So that's the story as far as I'm concerned. And some people to the west of me I don't get very well because even with the 100 watts and so forth, I've got a Moxon, and the Moxon has a pretty good front-to-back ratio. And 6 meters doesn't bounce off mountains very well. WB6JNN.
Well, that's true, but maybe you can take a minute. Can you get on 6 quickly with Gary right now? Over.
No, it's too awkward to do that. I have to do a lot of switching and so forth.
Okay, well, let's plan on it then. Maybe Monday night you guys can try either before the net or during the net or something. All right, very good, Jim. Good to hear you. And okay on not hearing me very well. Well, I don't know why. There seems to be nothing wrong here. We're hearing everybody else. I heard Redding, which is a lot further away than you are. Yeah, Redding runs 100 watts to a little dinky antenna up there by Lake Shasta. So I heard Redding okay. And I'm copying the Las Vegas guys, or Nevada, I should say, not Las Vegas, but Nevada guys when they're in there. There was nobody there this week because Richard's on vacation, and the other two, one guy doesn't have his antenna up, and the other guy isn't getting on any band right now. I don't know what his problem is, but he's just he's taking a hiatus from ham radio, I guess. So I don't have any check-ins on 6. Or even on 2, one on 2 meters. One guy can get on 2, and that's it right now for the next month or two, unless Larry shows up in 7WT. So it's pretty thin up that way. We're hearing them when they get on. We hear them the same as we always have. So don't think there's anything wrong with the 6-meter system. And I heard Redding, no problem. And we're hearing the guys. We hear the other stations up around the Bay Area. N6RO and all are always normal. And same with the guys in Sacramento. Alrighty, let's see. Anybody else? So let's see. There's one other. I didn't hear it. I couldn't get the call. So the other station that tried earlier, try once again. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net check-ins, please. Over.
W6PQL.
Okay, there was a third one in there before, Jim. Let's see. Stand by a second. W6PQL. Who was the other station that called in earlier, please? Try it again now. We're all listening for you. Check-ins, please, from the Bay Area or any place that's hearing me. K6MYC Bozo Net. Well, I guess he gave up in frustration. Hopefully not. Go ahead, Jim. W6PQL, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Nothing going on here. Just catching up on work. Been pretty busy lately, and I guess that's a good thing. Last night I wasn't able to connect with Steve. He may have been there, but I couldn't get up there and operate because I had some sort of a software glitch going on with the SDR radio I was using through the transverter. It, without getting too much into it, what it does when you first turn on the SDR radio, it loads a configuration file. There's a bunch of stuff in there. It's a huge database. And if it gets corrupted, there's certain things that don't work. And CW is one of the things that didn't work. Probably should have called him on sideband, but I was so frustrated trying to fix it that I just lost the time frame. So anyway, we'll be there again next week to do it again. Everything's fixed now. K6NYC W6PQL.
Yeah, okay. Well, we called you, and I figured, wow, that's weird. But we never did hear you, and I thought, well, either the band went out or something, or you did not work him, and that was why you weren't there. I didn't even think about it too much, but we left the antenna over in that direction toward you for quite a while with just some local rag shoes. When I don't have any other place to go, and I'm still missing people in your area, I usually just point the antenna your way and rag shoe, because everybody down here can hear us no matter what. Alrighty, let you go. Let's see if we can get some others. KB6BA should be in, AB6SR, WA6AXX. We got Gary already, we got Jim. So there's probably one or two others that I'm forgetting, but don't take it personally, guys. K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area, please. Over.
Kilo 6 Victor Bravo Golf 971.
That's the best signal I've heard out of the Bay Area in a long time. Good evening, Dave. K6VBG 971. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger, Mike. How you doing this evening?
Well, I had to stop and write your number down. Otherwise, we're doing fine. Yeah, it was a very lazy day here. Didn't get much of anything done. We did go to the post office, and then we took a run down to see if there was any water in the pond. We still have water in the lower pond. It's going down slowly, but the water's cleared up nicely. It's about 2 feet deep, and it's clear. We can see right to the bottom through the water, so that's a good sign, I guess. I wish, but the bad sign is it looks like we're going to have at least 7 more days, maybe longer, with no rain in the future, which is bad.
Hey, Roger, yeah. It's nice when it rains for 2 or 3 days, then it takes 2 or 3 days off, then it rains again for 2 or 3 days. That way the ground gets a chance to actually soak it in.
Well, that's the problem now. It's soaked in since last Monday. And now we're into this week, and no more rain, so things are drying up pretty quickly here. We don't stay wet for very long. The weeds are growing fast, I can tell you that. They love this modest, moist, warm, 65, 70 degree weather with sun on them. The thistle plants and those kind of things, the dandelion type plants that put out the fuzz flowers are growing like weeds, literally. I pulled some the other day that were 3 feet high already. Most of them are about a foot, but the really good ones are already up at 3 feet. So it's I've been weeding like mad. You wouldn't think I would be doing it at this time of the year, but the weeds are just inundating everything. I sat just by a little rose bush today for a half hour just pulling 2 square feet of weeds, solid. And then underneath, you get down through one layer and you get all them out, and then there's another batch of babies coming up, and you get those out, and then you find 3 or 4 other on the periphery, and it pretty soon you look and say, gee, I've weeded 2 square feet. Wow.
Yeah, you'll never win with the weeds. You'll be picking those forever. That'll never happen. Sounds like you need to get some pond liners going. See, save that water.
Yeah, well, if nothing else, we could. Well, the bottom one seems to be holding it. It's leaking out very slowly. So yeah, but you're right. If we could do it, we may put a. I have an upper pond that we're going to create up by the house here, and if any of them, I'd like to keep that one, and that's one we could easily feed with water from the wells if we had to, and we could put a solar pump with a solar well in as well out there. And that would be nice because it would be right out the front door, 150 feet in front of the house, down below us, but pretty to look at, and really, really handy. So that's the one I'm toying with. As soon as the weather gets a little better for tractors and stuff, I may toy with getting Frank out there and starting to build a berm up.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, that'd be really nice. They do make spray-on pond liners. You know that, right, Mike?
Well, I didn't know that, but I'd heard of it, I guess. The other thing that Frank's done pretty well with just putting silt in. He sorts through the dirt that we have to work with, and you get the real fine stuff, and it holds pretty good. But this one in front of the house is small enough, but big enough. So some pond liner in some areas of it could be done. And we can talk about it anyway when we do it and see what makes sense.
Yeah, we use that pond liner stuff down at the rock quarry when we were doing the fly fishing conservation for the kids. We drained out. They had a basin, and we drained it out, and we used spray-in pond liner, and it hold water real well. You know, about a 300 by 300 area. We did all the walls in the bottom of it and everything, and it held water for 6-8 months.
Yeah, very good. Is it like latex paint or something?
Yeah, it's clear. It has no color to it, but it's like kind of like a latex, a little bit. I guess. I mean, it's more watery than latex.
But it wouldn't have any problem if I had frogs or fish in there, huh?
Well, at a later date, no. You know, you couldn't spray it in there when it's wet. You got to wait until it's dried out, then you spray it, and wait, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, and then fill it up with water, and it holds it. It's like a bathtub.
But I mean, after you've sprayed it, it's dried, you can then stock it with fish, can you?
Yeah, we did. We put 1,000 pounds of trout in it.
Yeah, okay, so that sounds like a winner. If you could come up with the name of the stuff, you might let me know, and we can check out the cost and availability. Where did you buy it?
I didn't buy it. It was our club that bought it, and I don't remember the name of it, to be perfectly honest with you. That was probably 7 or 8 years ago. A little more than that. Probably about 10 years ago. Mike, I don't know, but I bet you we can figure it out.
Okay, well, poke it around, keep it in the back of your head. I'll ask my guys, Lee, down at the plant, my purchasing guy, pretty good on Amazon, and they may have it and they may know about it. Clear pond liner. Clear spray-on pond liner. I'll bet you he'd find it in 10 seconds. All right, thanks for that tip, Dave. Let me move on and see if there's any more dead fish. I'm sorry, any more hams that want to check into the Bozo Net from the Bay Area. K6MYC Bozo Net. Please, guys. Nobody listening, nobody cares. All right. Too busy watching all the money being saved by the Doge group. All right. Here we go, up toward Oakley. Coming up, Oakley. There's Oakley. 6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. N6RO. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO. Yeah, still making power. N6RO, K6 MYC. Well, I wonder where Ken is tonight. That's odd. Maybe he's got some meeting or something. Maybe we'll go past him and come back. He'll probably check in later. Going up to Sacramento here.
Mike, try Seal Tight. Seal Tight spray on pond liner.
SEALTITE.
Yep, 2 words.
But the word tight is not TIGHT, it's CITE.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
How about Clear Lake? Anybody up there in Clear Lake? I don't hear Dennis tonight, so you guys must be standing there twiddling your thumbs. N1PPP, November 1 Papa, K6 MYC. Dave, are you around? Boy, oh boy.
Golf Yankee, WB6GGY.
884, go ahead, Phil.
And a very good evening, WB6GGY. Yeah, I thought I'd give you a shout since nobody else was coming back. And a very good evening, and we'll be on the side. Thank you for the contact. Check-in, WB6GGY.
Yeah, very good. I missed you this morning, of course. I wasn't expecting to, but Judy came and woke me up at 10. She says, "Are you going to sleep all day or what?"
Good for her. Can't let you sleep your entire day away. Yeah, well, I slept in until about 8:30 myself, so very good. Okay, hey, all the best. Hello to Judy there, and WB6GGY.
Okay, thank you, Phil, and we'll probably be there tomorrow. I don't see any reason not. I don't know what was going on last night. I had a weird dream. I was in the ocean with lots of rocks and mountains and hills coming out of the ocean all over, like shoreline and real steep sides and stuff. But as I was walking through there on boardwalks that were sinking, as I was walking on them in the water, I could see airplanes from World War II underneath the water, of all kinds of different airplanes, fighter planes. What a dream, huh?
Yeah, well, that's pretty vivid, all right. That's pretty good. Okay, well, hey, you have a good evening, and we'll talk to you later. Yeah, I love my dreams because they're 2020. WB6GGY.
Yeah, boy, you're weak tonight. I'm pointing, trying to get a peek on you, and I thought that can't be the peak, and I went either side, and you went away. So something's really weak tonight. Got the amp on?
I don't have an amp. I'm running 150 watts, but I'm pointed off to you where I last heard you best. So I'll have to check and see exactly where that is.
No, it's not okay. I mean, it's okay. I got copy on you. It's just that you're not strong like you normally are. All right, say hi to Barb, and we'll hopefully catch you in the morning. 7-3 for now, Phil. WB6GGY 884 K6 MYC, sorted toward Sacramento and looking for KJ6 KFB and or KO6 KD. Don't hear KO6 KD.
There's Ken Mike, N6RO.
Okay, RO, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been in and out of the shack, and I guess my timing was bad. Anyway, K6MIC, N6RO, Bozo 835, Charlie Mike 97. Dinner was halibut and green peas and brown rice. And no rain today. Typical temperature range, high, low 60s. And 6RO.
Okay. Good evening, Ken. Didn't hear you when we were pointed at you, but you must have been in the other room or something. Okay, I haven't had dinner yet, so I don't know what the boys have fixed. They got home. Matt got home late, so I just said, "You guys have dinner. Put mine under a plate and put a napkin over it, and I'll eat it when I get in." So I have no idea. It'll be Wednesday surprise. Over.
Surprise dinner. Okay. And talk about sleep. I'm still trying to catch up. I got up at midday to join a Zoom meeting of my fraternity brothers, all octogenarians, of course, and then went back to bed and slept 4 more hours. So I guess I still need it.
Oh, yeah, I slept until 10, but I had kind of a restless night because I was walking on a walkway, a board walkway that kept sinking in the water. I was out in the ocean, and the water was warm. I thought, I don't want to get wet, and I would go under, where I'd get knee deep in this thing, but it wasn't that cold. Well, that's amazing that the ocean normally is cold. But as I would look down over the edges, I was seeing all these aircraft from World War II, different planes, and I even saw a cockpit where a hand was coming up, even as many years as it had been down there. So it was a very, very vivid, but it went on and on and on. This was just a very small part of it, but I was always fighting, helping people, getting up and down the slopes of dirt that we had to climb to get over to the next section. We were trying to find a restaurant to eat in, and then the restaurant was closed, and oh, God. One of those.
Yeah, I've had I always have weird dreams these days. Some of them are recurring themes, anyway, mostly about, as a band leader, we couldn't find the gig, and the trombone player didn't show up, and that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Did you go back to the other mic? You don't sound like you're smooth like you should be with the hand mic.
No, I'm on the hand mic now. Maybe it's my voice.
Yeah, it doesn't sound real good. It sounds much like the other one. Maybe you've got the settings in the 9700 set for narrow, not wide, or something. Over.
I haven't changed them, but sometimes these radios have a mind of their own.
Well, either that or it was never set right in the first place. If you could talk to Aaron, which he can't because he didn't have enough signal to get to you, he could tell you what you have to do to the radio to make it go wide and narrow very quickly. The other guy that could do that is Jim, but I don't know if he's still on frequency. Jim, WB6, W6J, W6PQL, are you copying me? He mentioned it to somebody the other day what buttons to push, and it was pretty straightforward. Anyway, you might have a look at it. It just doesn't sound. Everybody else is smooth, and I'm listening to a lot of 9700s here every night, and yours has always got that crunchy sound. Just doesn't sound linear, and I don't think it's the radio, and I don't think it's your voice either. I know your voice pretty well. It just sounds like you're not up close to the mic, or it's not into compression, or I just can't put my finger on it. Anyway, it's slightly objectionable. Leave it at that. See you tomorrow. Okay, and for some reason you sound better on 432 on the same radio. Go figure.
No. I'll check the manual, the advanced manual, that is, and find my way into the menus. I'm still learning something every day about the radio.
Yeah, well, Jim is the best one, W6PQL. You could point over that way, and I could get you guys together, but he doesn't hear me very well when I'm pointed up this way toward you. I'm actually above you a little bit toward Sacramento. 7-3, and we'll work on it tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, okay. I'll work on it later tonight, right after the kitchen show with my guitar pickers and 6RO.
7-3, Ken.
Bye.
Back towards Sacramento, KJ6KFB, how about it, Darren? No, Darren. Let's try KO6KD. KO6KD, Bill, K6MYC.
Yeah, hello, Mike. Bad propagation tonight. Boy, I was hearing you real good. And
boy, you're loud and clear now. And
multi-path. But anyway, if you're copying, this is Bozo 776 KO6KD. Good morning or good evening. Did not hear you this morning. Over.
Yeah, it wasn't on. I overslept, didn't wake up till Judy woke me up at 10 o'clock, and she said, "Are you going to sleep all day?"
At that point, I would have said yes.
I almost did. I said, "Oh, no, you're kidding." No, I'm not kidding. Anyway, we started late today for some reason. All right. Anyway, I should be back to normal tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, you're loud. I was just probably because you were hearing poor propagation, I was moving the antenna back and forth, and you're probably hearing me go up and down because I went up to Sacramento 3 times. This is the third trip to Sacramento, and I went back the other way for N6RO. Anyway, you're sounding good. And I'm probably not peaked on you, but it's close enough. And I don't hear Darren. 2 nights in a row, no Darren. Over.
Yeah, I don't get it. He was in earlier today, but that's the last I've heard of him. I know John's here. He and I were chatting over on Simplex, and he was listening to the live stream. He says, "Oh, we better move." So I dashed over here, so he would have heard us talking if Darren was there. So anyway, okay, I'll say 7-3 to you, and I'll let you get on your way, and we'll look for you in the morning then. K6MYC and the Bozos. Good evening, KO6KD.
Okay. And I moved it up more toward John, so this should be a little better for John, but maybe not quite peaked on him, and pretty close to Redding. See you in the morning. Worst case tomorrow night on 432, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC, 4KR6MR, John.
100, so maybe I will have it plugged in.
You'll have what plugged in?
I'm supposed to take delivery of the 9700 tomorrow. It's supposed to be returned to me tomorrow in the afternoon, so I may have it plugged in time if it's going to work. So I will be able to join you on 432. That would be very nice.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll look for you. We'll plan on hoping to see you, assuming all the other things happen that have been delayed one day or another, one way or the other here. Hopefully you get it like you're supposed to, Bill. Thank you. By the way, I was going to tell you, we keep very good records for everybody that checks in here, as you know, meticulous records. I keep them here. Rob backs me up, and then we compare at the end of the net to make sure we've got the same check-ins. And then Rob sends a confirming copy onto somebody else down south, and he also sends his copy back to Judy, and we put it in the folder here. So we take much better records of the check-ins on our Bozo nets than the people at Fort Knox. Over.
Oh, really? I didn't know you double-checked it like that. That's very efficient, making sure that everybody gets on the list and gets accounted for. That's very good.
Yeah, we audit ourselves every day, and we keep very good records. It's not only on the live stream as an audit, but we're also on paper, being sent to at least 3 different sources. But unlike the many audits that have been done at the Fort Knox facility, they could only find record of 4 of them. Over.
They could only find 4 what?
4 records of audit to how much gold is in Fort Knox. Over.
Well, they obviously just have the wrong people doing their auditing. They need to have you guys do it.
I lost that last comment. You took a fade on me. I had to move the antenna back. Say it again.
I said, obviously, they got the wrong people doing it. They should have you guys doing their auditing.
Well, that's what I would say. We're not DEI employees, though.
No, as long as you can go in and just pick up some of the dust that's on the floor.
Anyway, I thought you would have heard about all the flap in Fort Knox. Everybody and their brother's been trying to get the documents to prove that they have been doing audits, much less how much is in there. Nobody knows. The Treasury Department won't either don't know or won't say. Over.
I know that. Well, that's why they say, you know, you're trying to break into Fort Knox. You know, you can't. I mean, that place is locked up tighter than a nuclear, reactor.
Yeah, Kerry used to have a capability to go there when he was part of. Well, he wasn't part of Homeland Security, but Border Patrol originally. For some reason, he had options to go to Fort Knox or had to do something up there, but they wouldn't let him in. Even with his clearances and everything, they wouldn't let him go in and see where the gold was or see the gold at all at Fort Knox. Over.
Well, yeah, I mean, the gold in Fort Knox and whether or not there are UFOs are about the two tightest held secrets.
I missed that. It wasn't your fault. All of a sudden, we got airplane flutter or something. Say that again one more time.
I was just saying, whether there's gold in Fort Knox and whether there are really UFOs and the JFK assassination are the three closest held secrets.
Yeah, all the records, I guess, are kept in the same place, and then they lose them periodically whenever they don't want to show them off. A lot of the records are very difficult to find. That's what DOJ is having problems with. These people don't want to divulge that the Defense Department has never passed an audit. They have never passed an audit yet, and they will this year. I'll bet you anything they're going to pass the audit, or we're going to know the reason why. Over.
Oh yeah, I bet you're right. I think they're going to have enough people going in and out of that place. They're going to have to replace the front door with a revolving door. They're going to make sure that that there's something there besides just a picture.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. I just thought you'd get a kick out of our record keeping. It's meticulous, so nobody has to worry about us being fraudulent. We may make a mistake now and then, or leave somebody out, or add one that ain't there. But most of the time, we don't add anybody. It's most of the time we might just accidentally misread a number or skip over it because my handwriting is so poor. But usually, Rob backs me up pretty well. And we go over the numbers afterwards at the end of the net. 7-3, Bill, we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully on 432. I'll turn it up to John there. John, pick it up if you're copying, and I'll move the antenna your way. KR6MR, K6MYC. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. You're kind of in a null right now, a little fluttering. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening. Boy, I've gone back and forth across you. I can't find a very good peak, but it's readable. We had pretty good success last night on 1296. I would say 75% of the time it was armchair copy. Over.
Yeah, it was very good. I have a little bit of noise here, but nothing I can't get over. You were talking about government records. I heard Trump standing up yesterday, say this morning's news or yesterday, talking about Social Security and the number of people projecting on how old they are, how many thousands and thousands of people that are 150 and 200 years old. I don't know where he's getting these numbers at. I don't think Social Security is quite that bad. Over.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just having trouble copying. You got flutter with fading, and it's weak, very weak. No matter where I went with the antenna, I could not get full copy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the hearing aids working with the Bluetooth. Just a second.
I'm not hearing him either, Mike. He's very, very faint and weak for me, KM6SR.
Okay, Mike, I'll let you tweak your hearing aids and get all that stuff working.
Okay, what did you say, Rob?
I was just saying John is very weak for me. I wasn't hearing him either at all, KM6SR.
Okay, yeah. Other people not hearing you either, John, so it may be either conditions or maybe you've got the antenna off of us there or something. Now I've got the hearing aids working so I can copy, not through the speaker. Maybe I can get what you said if I could get you to repeat one more time. Over.
Maybe we'll have better contact tomorrow night and I can repeat it. Nothing really special, just comments about Social Security. Over.
Oh, okay. I'm copying now. I heard Social Security. Go ahead.
Yeah, Trump was rattling off the number of people and the ages, 140, 150 years old. There's like 50,000 people still on the Social Security accounts, and up to 300 years old. And they go, no, Social Security. I don't know. He's getting these numbers from, but I think he's blowing a lot of smoke.
Yeah, well, there's three problems. If they're sending out checks to those folks, that's a problem. If somebody's cashing those checks, that's also a problem. And if they're sending out the checks and nobody's cashing them, that's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's talking about people that are 200 years old, 250 years old. Social Security has only been around since World War II.
No, he did not say that. He's probably being misquoted. No, he said something. I thought the oldest one he mentioned was 170, but even that's a bit old. But that's getting close. World War II and 170, that would be close. So it's possible. But no, I don't think he mentioned anything over at 170. I've been monitoring his statements. We watch every time he gets interviewed and everything. But yeah, it's possible. But if it was a slip. He knows it isn't. That wouldn't work. But there was a lot of them starting out at the first guy they found was 150, and they thought it was just one. And then they found a whole bunch of them at 130, something like 80,000 that were in the 100 to 130 bracket. I mean, the numbers are just mind-boggling, John, over.
Yeah, I heard the same article, and he was going over 200 years plus. Let me see. Well, I forgot where it was streaming on YouTube, I think it was. And I made a comment on there, and he goes, oh, Noah is alive and well on Social Security.
Who is?
Noah.
Oh, yeah, so that would be good. Yeah. And drawing regular checks. He only gets $20 a year, though, because he only put in a very small amount. The wages when Noah was around were so small that the deductible would only give him about $20 a month. Over.
Yeah, true. Anyway, I'll let you go. The band is really giving us a hard time tonight. Get on over work Reading and Nevada, and I'll see you tomorrow night, Mike. Have a good evening, KR6MO.
Yeah, boy, it just will not come up. You're weaker. You're worse here tonight than you were on 1296 yesterday. It's worse today here than it was yesterday on 1296. Really strange. Something's really not right on 2 meters here. Everybody else been fine in every other direction. Everybody else has been fine. Even Bill is good. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let me go toward Reading here. Reading, let's see if we can hear you guys up there. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, K6MYC. Rich?
Okay, good evening. This is KD6 Shortwave in Reading, number 145, and they wanted to store some gold on my property from Fort, whatchamacallit there. I said no.
Oh, you wouldn't let them store it there because the ground's too soft, it wouldn't hold it up?
Well, if they let the word out, I'd have too many people dropping by, wanting to steal it. So I elected to stay out of it. I want to be honest.
Yeah, you're 10 dB stronger than the station in Meadow Vista that I was just talking to. You're pounding in here. So I don't know what's going on with that antenna or his system there. Maybe it's not the system. But it sure seems weird conditions that you're so strong and he's so weak, and you're only 150 miles north of him there. Good to hear you. Let's see if Jerry's in there. KO6HS. Are they going to store gold on your property, Jerry?
KO6HS, 230. I will think you like the gold thing there, but no, there's no gold left. And if Rich was telling the truth, he didn't want the gold on his property because he didn't have room for it. He had too much of his own. Over.
Yeah, well, I have the same problem here. I couldn't fit it in no matter how I did it. I got so much here, I couldn't fit it in. That's a joke, isn't it? Huh? All right, very good. Good to hear you, Jerry. You're not very strong compared to Rich, but that's okay. It'll probably come roaring up there. Good to hear you. Good to make jokes about stuff that's very serious. Well, we've been telling the troops as we keep better records here on who's checking in and who's checking out and who's checking into the Bozo Net. We keep better records than they do at Fort Knox. Over.
Roger, I'm sure you do. Keeping very good records. And I have a feeling that's not the only
I missed your comment. You even went down further than the previous transmission, so I missed it. I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll catch it next time. Back to you, Rich, and see if it's still up for you. KD6SW with KO6HS, K6MYC.
Government written on it, everything's possible. 73, Mike, 86 shortwave.
KD6 shortwave, okay. 73, you came up, I moved the antenna and had to go back and forth, so I missed a little bit, but you're strong enough for Q5 copy once I got back on you. I was searching all over for Jerry. He just was way down compared to you tonight. Yeah, sometimes the other way around, too. All right, good night. Nice to work you on 6 meters. We heard you nicely on 6 meters the other night. You kind of faded weak at the end, but I heard every transmission. Over.
Well, I'm trying my best. You know, I'm doing all I can for my country. Over.
I know you are. You're a true patriot. 7-3, guys. A6MYC. Bye-bye.
So long.
73. If I had more gold, you'd hear me better. Over.
Well, you got more gold than who?
I said you'd hear me better if I had more gold.
You got more gold than who?
No, I need more gold. I need more, and you can copy me better. Over.
Oh, you need more gold. Well, there's a place called Costco. Costco sells it at $10 over spot, so it's really a good deal. Over.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'll have to borrow some money from Rich. I'll borrow some from Rich and go buy some.
There you go. That's a hell of an idea. All right, let him pay the spot. All right, see you later, guys. K6MYC. Good night.
WA6HNA 1013.
Hey, babe. Okay. Good evening, Greg. Bozo 1013, K6MYC. That sounded pretty good, but I'm pointed probably not quite on you. Over.
Well, I think you're pretty close if you're heading to Reading. That seems to be the direction, about 330 when you're heading.
Well, we've got you, and it's Q5 anyway, so that's the main thing. And you were probably reading all the comments about the gold joke. Over.
Yep, indeed I was. So, yep, yeah, you can back up the truck and park some of that gold here in my house. That would be fine. So, hey, I made some improvements on my old Mirage B3030 amp today, or the last 2 days. I discovered that I was, my power supply was current limiting at about 25 amps. So I was limited to about 80 watts coming out of that thing. Now we're up to, looks like about a little over 200. So hopefully that sounds a little better for you.
Yeah, very good. It's quite good, actually, considering I'm not pointed at you. And actually, everybody was in your direction was kind of weak, even though I got the voice from Reading pretty well. Sometimes they're at a different in a different zone. They can be good, and you guys can be crappy, and vice versa. But you're certainly sound like you got some steam behind you tonight. Over.
Yeah, I was wondering why. It seemed like something was going on, and I realized, oh yeah, so the amplifier actually has a current limiter. Not the amplifier, the power supply at 25 amps. So that won't work. So anyway, we're on a lithium iron phosphate battery now that can dump a full 60 amps into the thing if it needs it.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Good deal. Well, you're sounding good, and we're still waiting for you to get horizontal, but we'll put up with you.
All right. Well, thanks for your patience. We're getting close. We're just getting close.
Okay. Well, maybe if we backed up a truckload of gold and dropped it off, that would speed things up. What do you think?
Well, then I'd probably have other hobbies that would consume me. I don't know. What would I do with a boatload of gold? That would be hard to not just let it sit there.
Maybe you need 2 truckloads.
Righto. Anyway, thanks for doing that tonight, and thanks for letting me know the signal's sounding halfway decent anyway. So, K6MYC, WA6HA.
Okay, yeah, very good. 7-3, Greg. Solid copy, never missed a word to the whole thing here, so you're pretty good. I don't know what's going on with Meadow Vista tonight. He was fluttering and fading, and it was just awful. I copied him finally after putting the earbuds in, but boy, oh boy, I was really struggling. Even at one point, I couldn't hear him at all. He just dropped right into the noise. It was detectable. One detectable piece of audio, but nothing readable. All right, 7-3. Phil's already checked in. I don't know who else we have here. Let's take one more check for anybody left in the Sacramento area generally, and then we'll go to Nevada just for fun. K6MYC. 1179. I guess I know who that is. Let's see. KD6WDL. Whiskey Delta Lima, is that right?
Kilo Delta 6 Whiskey Victor Lima, Modesto.
Yeah, I got that middle letter wrong again, didn't I? What was the middle number?
Delta, Kilo Delta 6.
Kilo Delta 6, Whiskey Delta Lima, I think. It's Larry?
No, it's Modesto. KD6WVL.
Whiskey Victor Lima, that's what I was missing. I knew I wasn't saying it right. Yeah, very good, Larry. And give him 1179. Let me get you written down here. Hang on. Okay. And I imagine, were you able to read the mail on all the gold comments?
Oh, yeah. I could use some of that gold. I'd like to get me a 9700.
There you go. You could cut a coin in half, and half an ounce of gold will buy you a 9700. You could pan that much. You're near the river or the stream or something up there. Can't you pan a half an ounce of gold?
No, I probably could.
Yeah, I'm going to start thinking about panning some gold here pretty quick. It's getting very close to $3,000 an ounce now, you know.
How much it's gone up?
Well, last time I bought it 2 weeks ago, I paid $28 to $30. Yeah, $2,830, I think. And that was $10 over spot. I'm rounding numbers a little bit. I bought it at Costco at $10 over spot price. So, but it's, I'm sure it's gone up since then because there's a shortage.
Well, yeah. We can't seem to find it.
Well, you're fading in and out for me, like everybody. The band conditions have just gone to hell here all of a sudden. Anyway, good to hear you, and thanks for checking in as always, Larry. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, Modesto, K6MYC. Good evening.
Have a good night, KD6WVL.
7-3. Anybody else before I go to Nevada? Okay, here we are up to Nevada. KE7UQL, you're the only one left up there that we might be able to hear, Daniel. KE7UQL, K6MYC Bozo Net, over.
Here is 272, standing by, over.
There you are. Have you heard anything from our friend Larry there?
I have not, over.
Okay, I wonder if Larry's ever going to get the radios turned back on again. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, great to hear you. Thanks for giving us somebody up there. I know we can't get Richard. Richard would be there, but he's on the trip, of course. So good to hear you. And, of course, occasionally we get Stan up there in Fallon, Nevada, but he's been quiet lately, so I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, great to hear you, and thanks for being there as a fairly regular customer. I don't think we'll hear you tomorrow, but you could confirm 432 tomorrow or not, over?
Okay, it's supposed to be a pretty good day. Today the wind kicked up, so I had the antenna down and just put it up just before the net started. So we'll see what we can do on 432, over.
Okay, so 432 and 2 meters, but still nothing else, huh?
Nothing else for now, not till it gets a little warmer, over.
Okay, well, you're boiling in here now, booming signal. Okay, well, we'll take it, and we certainly hope to work you on 432. I don't see any reason why we can't, unless you plug in the wrong feed line or something. Hi. Take care, Daniel. Thank you very much for calling. Let's see if anybody else is copying. I'm not sure if Ken, WA6OIB, is back from the 10-meter net. Yeah, let's see if he's here. WA6OIB, K6MYC.
Yeah, I've been here all along. I checked back in with you. Maybe you missed it. And good evening up there to Daniel, KE7UQL, WA6OIB.
Roger, strong signal there, Ken. We got you 555 here, over.
Very good. About the same for you, too. Good to hear you, Daniel. Send some vibes over to Larry and get him on the air.
Okay, we'll catch him somewhere. He'll show up one of these days, over.
Well, send one of your ground squirrels up there to run his treadmill, over.
But don't let him chew his coax. So I think I double with you. Yeah, but don't let the ground squirrel chew his coax.
Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll look for you tomorrow. KE7UQL.
Roger, 73, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
How about you, Rob? Did you get anything from Daniel tonight?
Yeah, I was hearing it pretty good in the beginning, and then he kind of dropped out. Barely could hear him. Daniel, KE7UQL, this is KM6SR. How copy?
KM6SRR. Hello there, Rob. We've got you.
Okay, Daniel. Yep, I barely could read that, but thanks for being there. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, good deal. We'll contact there. Thank you, Daniel. You got 3 of us anyway. Hi. 73s. KE7UQL, Carson City area. K6MYC clear, and I think we're done for the evening here, unless you guys want to try probing Eddie down there.
Yeah, I'll go down and see.
I wish we could get Rich to come in here at the end of the net. I suggested that maybe he could come in at the end of the net at 8:30 if he can stay up that late. What time is it here? 8:30, 8:45. I think that's maybe too late for Rick.
KB6RQU, Rick, you on?
KE6BK, KB6RQU, W6LAD. Anybody else down south for the Bozo Net? Late checks are missed. K6MYC. Okay, a lot of the crickets. Not a very big night tonight, was it, Rob? What do you got? I got something in the 30s.
Let me count. I've got 29.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a marginal 30. I'll write down 29 and Judy can double check it, but I think they're close. 29, okay. I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go get some dinner.
Okay, Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR, 73. Aaron had to go do some exercise, and he was staying in the car all day today, so I don't know if he's back yet or not. Aaron?
711.
Oh, there's our 30.
How you doing, John? K6MI, KM6SRR.
Oh, very good, guys. We had a little family get-together. My son was down from Castro Valley and went over to our daughter's house and had a little dinner. Just got back. K6MI 711.
Well, thanks for thinking about it, John. We're glad to have you in here.
Well, great fun. Great fun. I went over to K6AAB's house today and helped him get a infid dipole up for him to use.
For this band or what?
Wow, 2-meter infid dipole. Now you've got me thinking. I've never thought of that antenna for 2 meters. No, this was for 40 meters down to 10 meters.
Well, I mean, talk about something simple for 2, and it could work.
Yeah, I don't know why not. I don't know why I never thought of that.
Because it's pretty pukey. Okay, good deal. Thanks, John. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. I'm going to get out of here. I have not had dinner yet. The boys fixed a wonderful meal, but it was coming up a little late, so I had to get out here. Good night, all. And tell anybody that's left when Aaron comes back in, give him my best and thank him for keeping the stream going. WA60YB, you wrap it and send it around the loop there, Ken, K6MYC. Good evening.
Okay, very good, Mike. Good evening to you there. Talk to you tomorrow. And good evening to you there, John, K6MI and the gang, WA60YB.
Hi, Ken. Ed Bonchu at WA6U called and asked if there was a service time known for Perry Foster. I didn't have any news to tell him, but I thought I'd ask you.
Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, I've got the, is it March the 2nd, I think? Oh boy.